Welcome. Car video. I'm going to share with you how to make a high ticket offer and make sales with a new coach. Sold it. I'm on my way to Beyond Networking in downtown Ottawa. We're doing co-hosted by Sarwar Qureshi and Eric McRae, and trying out this new video format, car video. As we from a very close friend of mine. She said she wants to start a coaching business and she wants my help making a high ticket program or a high ticket offer. And I'm going to outline exactly what I would tell her. If you're a new coach or if you're an existing coach and you want to create a new offer, allow me to give you some advice. So just so you know, I have a $25,000 offer. I have a $5,000 offer. And I'm a big believer in high ticket. High ticket means, to me, $3,000 or more. The reason is when people invest a significant amount of money, they are more invested. It's actually harder to get results for people when they only spend $50, $100, $500. You can give them the exact same program, the exact same advice, and they won't get the results because they're not as invested. So you might be thinking, yeah, but I'm new, and yeah, I don't have a lot of experience, and yeah, but I don't know anybody who spends $5,000 on a coaching program. Well, the good news is investing large sums of money in yourself has become more normalized. Probably 10 years ago, people would have thought you would be crazy to spend $10,000 on a coach. What's a coach? But now people realize that in fast-moving times with so many options, having a coach is a competitive advantage. A coach helps you get there faster with fewer mistakes by helping you make good decisions and stay accountable to those decisions. So this friend of mine is a woman of color who left a divorce when it was culturally taboo, or left a marriage, and built an extraordinary life for herself, and she's an inspiration to many women. And so over the years, people have come to her for advice, and she's gotten the feedback that she would be a great coach. So she wants to try being a coach. What kind of coach? Life coach, success coach, whatever you call it. So you're qualified to help people through challenges that you've helped yourself through. So in this case, she would be really qualified to help women who are thinking about leaving a marriage, or recently left a marriage, or have had some major change in their life, like a change in career, or going from having children to being an empty nester. So facilitating this major change in their life. So the first thing I would do is teach people the process of going from where they're at to where they want to be, and showing them how your experience has qualified you to be able to advise them on that process. So tell your story, show the steps, and give it away for free. It's a video, it's a speech. Then after people watch that video and realize that you can help them, that you're qualified, you can then invite them into a conversation. The conversation is to ask them, what's the problem? How long has it been going on? What have you tried to solve this problem? Why haven't you been able to solve it yourself? Why is now the right time for you to solve it? And why does it make sense for you to invest in a coach? Those are the questions you ask in a conversation where you're helping them better discover their challenge. So what should you price it at? I really think $3,000 is a minimum for transformation. It needs to be a number big enough that they're going to take it really seriously, that they're going to make it a big priority. For some people, that number needs to be $20,000, just because that's the number that they need it to be to take seriously. So how much should you charge? The question is, how much do they need to pay to make it feel serious for them? Secondly is relative to the value. If you're talking about life coaching for women going through divorce, The right coaching can save them hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyer fees, in alimony, in therapy. um, so the way you compare your price is you compare your price to other costs relative to the problem. So if this is a problem that could potentially cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, now a $5,000 offer makes sense. So in the sales conversation, you say, let's say you and I work together and we fix this. What do you think your life would look like 6 months from now if we could fix this right now? And then let them connect to that future vision where their problem is solved. And then say, let's say we don't work together and 6 months goes by, maybe the problem's gotten worse. What would your life look like 6 months from now if we haven't solved the problem? And then let them connect to the pain. And then compare the two, the future where you work together and solve the problem, and the future where you don't work together, don't solve the problem, and say, which of those two scenarios do you prefer? The one where we work together or the one where we don't? Okay? Then you help them figure out how much time are they going to save, how much money are they going to save, and how much more money are they going to make as a result of solving this problem. You add up those three things, time saved, and money made, and you show them, here's how much you would save or make extra per month. Multiply that out by 5 years. So if they say, I think I'd make an extra $5,000 a month, I'd save $5,000 a month, and I'd save 10 hours a week. So you add that up, and you go, okay, so that's about 5,000 plus 5,000 plus $2,000 of time, so that's $12,000 a month. That's $144,000 a year. In 5 years, that's 720. 144 times 5 is 500 plus 200 is 700 plus 20. Yeah, $720,000. So then ask them, so what do you think is a fair investment to make today to get a return of $720,000 over the next 5 years? Now, your price of $5,000 compared to saving or making an extra $720 feels logically reasonable, right? And you go, great. So you want to work with me? You want to work with me now? Great. Go ahead and grab your credit card. Let's get you signed up. Let's take care of the payment. And then just collect the payment, take the payment on the phone. If they're not sure, if they need to think about it, there's different ways to support them and helping them through that decision. So I'm actually putting together a more in-depth training on high-ticket sales. I just sort of scratched the surface here. If you're interested in the training, I'll put a link to the training. We're going to do it on October 4th. And register, we'll have a recording, but obviously show up live and take notes. So I've given you a little insight into why high-ticket sales and how to close the sale. Now for my friend who wants my help with the offer. The offer is, who's it for? Choose your demographic, choose the avatar that you're wanting to invite into this container coaching. Articulate their problem so well that they feel so understood. So this is marketing. So you'll say, if you're talking to the woman who's, newly out of a marriage, you'll speak directly to her and say, hey, are you fresh out of a marriage? Are you trying to figure out what your new life can look like? Are you trying to make your new home and it feels like you're so alone and it feels like you're starting over? I get it. I've been there. So speak to them as though you understand their pain and show them how you're qualified to help them. Then show them what would be their ideal result. So do you want to feel empowered? Do you want to feel like you're living your best life? Do you want to feel like you've got great friends and beautiful relationships and you love your body and you're healthy and you're mentally well and you're spiritually strong? I can help you. Let me show you how. So describe to them their problem, describe to them their results, show them the process, and then invite them to consider working with you. So if you like the sounds of this, if you want support going from where you're at to where you want to be, and to use more specific language, if the offer is to women reinventing themselves, You can call this the glow up. I would call this problem this program the glow up. 12 weeks of new habits, new ways of being, new mindsets, so that 90 days from now, people are going to be saying, "Damn, what you been up to, girl?" The glow up. So you give it a name and you give it a promise. Now, here's the mistake people make when they're selling coaching programs. They think about what they're going to do and what they're going to deliver, and people don't buy what you do. They buy what they get. So what they get is they get the glow up. They get energy. They get their groove back, right? But selling what you do sounds like we're going to do 60-minute coaching session once a week, 12 sessions, that's 12 hours. And then they think like, okay, so if I charge 12 hours, that's like $1,200, like $100 an hour. It doesn't really work that way. You don't need to think about how many sessions and how many hours, because think about it. If they're glowing 90 days from now, who cares if it's 12 hours of talking or 6 hours of talking or 1 hour of talking? They want the result, right? So the question is then, how many times do you need to meet? And the answer is as few times as possible to get the result. Ask yourself, what is the delivery format that has the highest likelihood of deep and permanent transformation? Is that an hour a week? Is it 30 minutes a week? Is it a one-day intensive? And another, say, mistake is coaches think that the more access a client gets to the coach, the more valuable it is. The truth is, you could say, hey, you can call me 24/7. Here's my cell phone. Call me anytime. That's what you get. You get my cell phone number. That doesn't really create results. What creates results is a system and a process that you've developed over time through experience to get the result. So I'm imagining my friend doing this coaching program. The process is to first take stock and inventory in all areas of life. Define the areas of life, decide and define where you're at right now and where you want to be, come up with a plan, create a 30-day plan, create weekly accountability towards that plan. You know, coaching is really about getting clarity about what you want, getting creative about how you can get it, getting committed to taking action, and then getting courageous to take that action. Clarity, creativity, commitment, and courage. So the teaching part, showing them how to get from where they are to where they want to be, leads to the conversation, which helps them feel seen and understood, that you know exactly what they want, and you get to be confident that you can help them get there. Then get them to commit with a decision and a payment, and then you're going to co-create the journey anyway. You're not really sure how it's going to go and where it's going to go, but your commitment is to the process. So if I was my friend and I just watched this video, I would say, okay, so how much should I charge? I would say, if you're just starting out as a coach, $3,000, 90 days, that's solid. It's a solid commitment. It's a solid amount of time to get a good result. There's your answer. So if you want to have our deeper training, you know what I'll do? In my training, our training is called How to Sell Your High Ticket Program Before You've Built It. I'm going to teach you how I built a 6-week program. First, how I sold 10 people into a $3,000 program that didn't exist yet. By the way, there's no point in building a program that doesn't exist if you can't sell it. Even after you built it, the people who buy it don't get to take the program before they buy it. So the marketing does the selling. So sell it before you buy it, sell it before you build it. But in this training, in the in-depth training, I'll show you how I built each module by asking the paid clients what they want to learn at each step of the way. I'll teach that into greater detail, so how I built the first version of the course. So first you sell it, then you build it with your students. Then you got version 1. Version 2 is based on the feedback from the students of version 1, how to make it even better. And then version 3 is your masterpiece. Don't touch it after version 3. You can sell that one as many times as you want. So I'll teach you how to build that in our free training coming up on October 4th. I'll put the link in the comments here. Thanks for watching. Majeed, like magic. If you're in Ottawa, you probably should have come to the networking event in Byward Market, the Beyond Networking event. I'll see you at the next one. By the way, I don't normally make these driving car videos. I hope the audio was clear enough. Maybe next one I'll do indoors.